Welcome to TimberTalk, where we hear from anyone who's been a part of the Timberwolf pack. From those who took one class to those who graduated and everyone who's helped them along the way. These are real moments of growth, grit, and discovery that make BMCC more than just a college. This is TimberTalk. One pack, many paths, real stories. Welcome to TimberTalk. Today, I am your host, Jordan Monaco, Director of College Relations. I am really excited to share the introduction of our next guest. So here it goes. There are some people who don't just join the pack, they amplify it. The kind who show up with a grin, take on anything from student government to sports, and somehow still have enough energy left to throw on a timber suit and bring the whole campus to life. Today's guest did all that and more. She was a force in ASG, a standout on the volleyball court, and hands down one of the best timbers this college has ever seen.
Whoa. Oh.
It's true. I first met her last year, my first year at BMCC and her second year as a student. And from our first most ridiculous, hilarious reel to our trip to the Oregon State Capitol to advocate for community colleges, she's been the definition of all in. Now she's come full circle as an employee, still chasing opportunities and creating them for others along the way. She can juggle, speak Ukrainian, and apparently do both at the same time, which tracks because multitasking seems to be her superpower. She's proof that when you seek opportunities, you'll find them. Please welcome one-of-a-kind Timberwolf, Alina Buts.
Hello. That was good.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so first of all, I meant to do this. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yes.
A soundboard and everything.
Yes.
You should add in like a boom, like a...
Oh, there's lots.
Oh, okay.
Like there's like a bunch. Yeah.
Oh my
there's
gosh.
Lots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and I totally missed my cue, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I think it makes
it's part of the process.
There you go. Okay. So we are going to kind of just start with high school, but really I just want to know your story. And I know little bits and pieces, and I won't share what I know because I want you to be able to share it, but really just how you became a Timberwolf, and if you feel like there's important parts before high school, feel free to share.
Well, I guess I'll start from like where I began. I guess I was born in Ukraine, Odessa to be specific. Mm-hmm. I moved here to America, actually Colorado, when I was 1. So I'm technically American. Yes. I would say I feel like I have more an accent in Russian than I do in English.
Yes.
My parents tell me that all the time. But
you sound more English.
Yes. But they're like, okay, you're speaking too much English. You have an accent in Russian. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I lived in Colorado for a long time, then moved to Alaska, which that was crazy. I thought people lived in igloos in Alaska before I moved, and then we landed the plane and it was like land, and I was like, what? This is weird. But lived in Alaska for a long time, and then started playing volleyball, which I think, honestly, volleyball is like the reason I'm here.
Yeah.
That's like the main point. The only way like I wanted to go, or the only reason I wanted to go to college is because of volleyball. And I got an opportunity here. I did travel in Alaska, even though Alaska is just different. I will say it's like 5 years behind the States.
Yeah, so like we always say, Montana's like 3.
Yeah. No,
Alaska's like 5. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You know how like you have like tap to pay here?
Yeah.
So a lot of places don't like have that in Alaska. They're like, really? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Like, yep. Okay. Yep. Moved here after high school. Well, I feel like high school is when I started like getting out of my bubble. Mm-hmm. I started doing like leadership. I decided to be class president, which was crazy.
Wow.
I don't know why I did that, but that was fun for a couple years.
Because you're a leader, yeah.
I guess, yeah. And then I came here. I moved with one of my best friends from Alaska, which was really nice. It was easier. Mm-hmm. It was an easy thing because we both wanted to play volleyball, and we both got recruited for BMCC. Both played, moved in together. It was a really easy transition, but I didn't do ASG my first year.
I'm gonna jump back real quick. So high school.
Yeah.
In Alaska. Oh. And how many? So your town was a little bit bigger than like some people would think, like Alaska, like a bush wheel situation. Mm-hmm. So how many students did you graduate high school with?
120.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 126.
Okay.
Like because I had to keep track of.
Yeah. And a lot of our rural communities here, it's like under 50.
Yeah.
So it's
to be fair,
relatable.
The place I was in Wasilla, it's not as like rural as people would think it is.
Yeah.
It's like we still have cars, we still have roads, we still have stores. I feel like we actually had more stores than here in Pendleton.
Probably.
We had Target, Fred Meyer, Walmart,
Definitely,
Safeway, all in one thing, all in one place. But it's not too bad.
So in high school, did you have... you basically got here because of volleyball. So kind of what did that track look like? You were playing club ball and things like that. And, with Michaela who came here with you. But how did that opportunity come about?
Oh, well, I feel like volleyball had a lot of ups and downs in my life. There's many times I wanted to quit and not play, especially in the beginning when you're not really good. Yeah. And you don't really like succeed or make the teams you want to.
Isn't that with everything?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
But sports is a great rendition of it to understand it. Yeah.
Yes, it really is. I just have the mindset of like when I start something, I can't just drop it. I have to finish it all the way through. I feel like that was me with volleyball. I just really liked it, so I had to finish it all the way through. The way I got recruited or came here is each year with our club team, we go to Vegas. Super fun. Yeah. But I decided to do this showcase where you like pay $50 and you get to play with a bunch of like athletes, and a bunch of college recruiters are there. And I talked to a few college recruiters. There was like New Hampshire, a couple from here in Oregon, but one that stood out was BMCC because I got an email from, which was the first coach, Sienna. It was right, I was on the plane. Right, I was going to turn on my airplane mode. I got an email from her, and she was like, hey, I would really love for you to come play for BMCC. And I was like, no way. Oregon? I love Oregon. But it was like, because the other places I thought were Oregon, they were Washington or I don't know. But BMCC stood out. Sienna was really sweet. We talked on the phone many times. And then one thing that like made me commit fully is the fact that Michaela also got recruited. So I was like, okay, I'm not doing this alone. Yeah. I hate being alone. I can't do this alone. But
and you, Michaela, did you go to high school together or just club team?
We didn't go to high school together. We did play on club teams together.
Gotcha.
But it was funny with her. She went to a school that was like 45 minutes away, but she lived 5 minutes down my road. We were like 5 minutes away from each other. But
that's cool.
It's because she moved and she didn't want to finish her senior year in a different school, so she stayed there. Yeah. But yeah, no, we played on a few club teams together for a couple years, and then we were driving from club practice, and she was like, I think I might go to this school. It's called Blue Mountain. And I was like, what? Me too. I got recruited there too.
That's how you guys figured it out? That's wild. Yeah. Oh, wow.
It was cool. It was a cool opportunity. And they were like,
then okay, let's
find an apartment. What are we doing? What's next? Yeah. So that was cool.
That's super cool. Yeah. So what was next?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Because that's, even though you have essentially a partner in crime who's moving with you, that's a big move. And you're all of a sudden now an adult and fresh out of high school, and you're supposed to figure out all these things and move. And
I would say, I feel like I'm a little different than everyone in my family because our family's like Slavic, like a very conservative Slavic, and their goal and their like way they plan their life is get out of high school, get married, have kids, find a husband who provides.
Very traditional.
Very, very traditional. I feel like I'm kind of not like that. I don't like
against the grain a little.
Yes, I kind of want to do things on my own. I want to do things for myself. And that's why I wanted to move out. Like I wanted to be like the first to move out of the house. Yes. Not married.
Yes.
Oh, and my parents were not happy about that. They did not that they didn't want me to go to college, but they didn't really want me to move to a different state, especially by myself. They were really worried.
And it's not traditionally something that they do, and nor did they do themselves.
No. So that was, my family was supporting me, but it was mostly like, I wanted to do it myself. Yeah. And I wanted to be different. Mm-hmm. Maybe I was a little angsty too back then. I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Yeah. Obviously it was scary, but I feel like I kind of have a mindset with like, I can like figure out my way with whatever comes my way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or like figure out a positive way. Yeah. Independence. Yeah. But I originally moved here having, I wanted to be a cop. Okay. I wanted to be a police officer. Okay. And
you got close.
I mean, a little bit. Yeah. A little bit. I laugh at that idea right now because I look at myself and I'm like, I do not have the personality of a cop. I can't like come up to someone and be like, you were going 60 over. Yeah. If I like knock on the door.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah. And I'm like, license and registration. They're like, no. And I'm like, okay. Bye.
Catch you later.
I'll see you later. I'm sorry.
Sorry I asked.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Girl, here's mine.
Yeah. Like I cannot be like that. So then I moved here wanting to take criminal justice, but the second
and play volleyball,
all that good stuff.
The second you moved,
oh gosh, that was rough. The second we moved, the coach that recruited us ended up leaving to another school, so we were stuck with no coach, probably no season, and it's like there's me and Michaela all the way from Alaska, moving to Oregon, Pendleton to be exact.
Yes,
not like we were about to not have the thing that we wanted to come here for.
Yeah.
Which was scary. But then Jessica stepped in. She was a really good temporary coach, I'm not going to lie. And we had a season, which was wonderful. But then the just beginning part of moving was rough because there goes the volleyball coach. And then I'm trying to sign up for classes. They don't have any criminal justice programs because they got cut the year prior. So I'm just wondering, like, why am I here? Like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
So,
and how old are you at this time?
18.
Okay. And that was not that long ago?
No.
Okay.
That was like 2 years ago?
2 years ago? Okay.
Almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
So
you're, and how's Michaela doing at
she's
that point?
good.
Yeah, she's good. She's got her thing.
She's got her thing. She's going into business. So it's like.
Minus the volleyball coach kind of situation.
Yeah, both of us were in that boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you're both dealing with being away from home, being away from your families, having basically each other in your team.
I would say she was closer to her family, so it was really hard for her. But I just kind of view people who are close to me, my family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like we literally became like sisters at that point.
I would say so.
Yeah, we were
definitely. Yeah, you guys were definitely sisters for sure. Like long lost sisters.
No, actually, soul sisters.
Yes, for sure.
But it was nice having someone. There who understood. She also knew like everything about me, which was nice. She knew my family. She knew like all the hardships in my life. So it was nice having someone to like live with that understood that. Yeah. And we understood each other's boundaries. It was never like a moment where it was like, I'm so annoyed at my roommate.
Yes.
You know? It was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like we'll talk it out.
You just understood. Yeah. Couldn't have asked for a better situation for that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. With everything else going on, that was wonderful.
Yes. So first year, little rocky. How's the ending of the first year go? Do you go back to Alaska in the summer?
I did, yeah. I went back to Alaska in the summertime. Well, I also got a job at Dutch.
Okay.
Both Mac and I got hired at the same time, which also ties into like us being sisters. We literally were like doing the same thing at the same time everywhere.
Yeah, and if not every college student in America works for Dutch or Duncan or whatever, but in Middleton or really any Oregon town for sure.
I will say that worked out really nice because when I moved here, I was like, I'm just going to apply to every place and just like hope someone hires me. And Dutch Bros is, I guess, is a really hard place to get hired at is what I heard from other people. But I sent an application and a couple days later got an interview. Mac and I got interviewed at the same time, got hired at the same time, and like had a job within a week of moving here, which was like.
So successful.
Oh yeah, it was really nice.
And extremely helpful. Being new, nervous about all of it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I feel like most of my friends came from Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
It was really nice community.
So you didn't work there that summer then? You went back to Alaska?
I did. Okay. Yes. I went back to Alaska.
And with the intention of coming back, right?
I did. Yes. Yeah. Because volleyball. Yeah. I feel like that's the only reason I'm coming back. I still didn't know at that point that I wanted to like go into my like EMT stuff.
Yeah.
I took a couple like emergency or intro to emergency services classes because that's what my navigator was like, how about we introduce you to this instead of being a cop and maybe you can decide what you want after. And then I was just talking to my cousin actually and I was like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, you can be a paramedic. You look like you could be a paramedic. And I was like,
and you want to help people.
I do. Yes. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
In any matter. I feel like I'm such a
even if it's just to make them laugh. Because sometimes that does save the day. Sometimes, I guess
so, yeah.
Sometimes the AD won't, but sometimes your laughter will. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I thought about it for a long time. I feel like I don't really panic. I feel like I'm pretty calm as a person in any situations that put my way. So I was like, you know what, why not? Let me try this out. So then I signed up for the classes. My second year was pretty exhausting, I would say. We finally had a solid coach, which is Kylene. She's sticking around. And she finally put a system in place where we started like preseason practice, conditioning, and we had double practices. And I feel like any college student understands the double practices and working and going to, like, that's horrible. It sucks. It's exhausting. You don't really find time for yourself. You have to find time for yourself.
And this is your second year.
Yes.
So you've had one under your belt and you've really kind of got to experience what it's like to register for classes, make sure you're meeting with your navigator, making sure you're getting that under your belt. Even though the rockiness with volleyball, you still understood practices and things like that, even though it was probably going to change with the new coach the next year.
Yep.
You had your roommate, everything like that. Second year comes in. You got all this going on now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Second year comes in. I decided I really want to go into EMT. Like, this is something I'm really passionate about.
Were you also doing ASG right at the beginning of your second year?
My second year is when I joined ASG. Okay. Yes. First year, our friend Yas, she was in ASG.
Shout out to Yoslin.
Yeah, she was in ASG. She ended up introducing us to ASG. She was like, you should do this. It's super fun. Like, we do all this stuff. We like create things, and we're like, okay, you know what? And I, to myself, was thinking, I was like, I'm going to do it. I loved being a part of leadership in high school. So I would love to be a part of leadership in college. Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting an interview. Both Mac and I got on the team. I got a publicity coordinator, which I thought was pretty cool because I like doing like promoting and digital stuff and videos. Those are fun to make.
Yeah.
So second year is when I started, ASG. I forget how much stuff I did my second year.
Because you did so much.
Yeah, I did the EMT courses. I did volleyball, Dutch, and ASG.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you had switched and you had started doing EMT courses your second year, but that meant towards the end of that second year, it really compiled the amount of courses you wanted to crank out in order to be done at the same time, really as your class, and to just make sure that you could get back to Alaska. At that point, that was your plan.
That was my plan.
But let's not fast forward too far. Okay. So second year, ASG, and through ASG, that's also how you became Timber.
I did. Yes. Oh my gosh, the story of that. It was...
I love this. You were seriously the best Timber. I mean, I've seen a lot of mascots and things like that, but you really had spirit.
I think it's the second I put on that mask. Yes. It's not me anymore.
Yes,
it's
that's like, what everybody,
it's
every
like
good
mascot
mascot
is in the costume itself.
Yes.
You know? No, I never imagined myself being a mascot. I mean,
who does? I
don't think anyone sees
I think
themselves.
Some people do, I guess, but I think probably majority, especially at a community college level, they don't really see themselves like, I'm going to go be Timber.
Oh my gosh, no, yeah.
You do. Please sign up because we want you to be Timber. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a passion for it, come on.
Someone be better than who was last year. I don't know who last year was, but
it was her.
It started, Welcome to the Pack, I think was the first time. And again, Yas was like, we need someone to go into the Timber suit. And I was like, I don't care. I'll go into it. Everyone's like, ew, it's nasty. It's like
it's not nasty.
It really is not bad at all. It's not bad in there.
I've been in there too.
Yeah, it's a pretty new costume too.
Yeah,
I would say. Joey just ordered it. No.
I don't think there's. It sounds funny. I don't think there's been a lot of boys in there, so they don't really stink that bad.
Yeah, there you go.
And there's a small fan that you can set up and that cooling vest if need be. But
that fan does wonders.
Yeah. What was it like? Besides, like, I guess maybe this was your favorite part, putting on the mask and being able to be who you want to be in there. But what was your favorite part about being in there, or maybe event?
Oh, but the basketball games for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the basketball games are so fun. I loved being me, like doing whatever I wanted to do without like people knowing it was me, even though everyone knew it was me already.
Yeah.
But it was just like the fun of it. Like that's the mascot. Like he's supposed to be crazy. He's supposed to do fun things. He's supposed to be goofy. And I don't know. I just like doing that. I like making people's days or like making people laugh.
Yes.
Yeah. There's multiple times the games got so. Oh my gosh. One time, I guess I was timber at a basketball game, and they told me to do the splits, and I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know how to do the splits, by the way. I've never done the splits, so I just
But you're like,
dropped.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, dropped, and the mask fell off, and then Yas like basically like jumps on me to cover my face. Oh, that was so funny because there were straps that you strap underneath.
But you hardly ever wore them.
I was like, I don't need that. I'm not gonna go that crazy. Who knew
The
me
splits?
trying to do the splits would do that? And they were not the splits. They were not even close to the splits.
That's what my next question was like, you must have had like a forward motion or a fall at some sort to create the mask falling off the whole
knees were
entire
both
head.
like, it was like,
There goes Timber's head.
it was like a lunge, not yeah, it was bad. Yeah, and then everyone knew I was Timber from that day on. But like,
But then we still did this awesome reveal at the end of the year for graduation. That was
cute.
Oh, it was so cool.
That was cute.
Yeah.
I will not lie. That was adorable.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that to happen either. And I didn't think that timber was going to be such like a big deal until I started doing it more and more and more. And I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. I could do this for a long time. Yeah.
It's really fun. Some of us who now work here, as you do too, but if we're throwing an event or something like that and we don't have anybody, we'll just hop in and we'll just be timber for the day. So we do get to get that experience once in a while.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
So ASG is an experience all in itself. You get a smaller group of closer knit people to work with and not work with, and all the ups and downs of team bonding and things like that. And just learning really how to be in a work environment in a more professional style, other than the Dutch Brothers type setting, where you have email requirement and you have event stuff and things like that. I have some of my favorite moments from your ASG last year, but I'll just say one. But what were some of your like highlight reel kind of situation from your ASG?
Oh gosh, I really have to think about that. There was a lot of ups and a lot more downs, but it was
a rough year.
It was a rough year because I feel like all of us were like kind of newish to it, and we're getting the hang of it. And I feel like that's with any JUCO that happened, like, because we're only a 2-year school, so you only have 2 years to like get into it, and when you do get into it, you're already graduated.
Yeah, it's short term.
Yeah.
So you have to bond fast.
Yes, you really do.
And you have to learn to communicate really fast. Yeah.
I think my favorite part of ASG was when we did our spring fling.
Yes.
I think that was amazing. And I have another one. And when we started the Lotus Bar, I think that was wonderful.
And it still is such a hit. It's still going so strong.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, spring fling was fun because I feel like everyone, not even like the students on campus were involved, but like kids from the Pendleton High School came and they won and they participated, and it's just nice planning everything out like we did in ASG, like planning, putting our money into this, putting our time into this, putting our effort into this, and then seeing that people actually enjoy it. Because nothing's worse, and I feel like a lot of people in leadership have experienced this, planning something, thinking it's going to go so good, and then you just hear so many students talk about, oh, that was bad. That was so horrible.
Like you don't have people show up. Oh. Sometimes that's half worse, I guess. Like when people just don't show up, and I feel like post-COVID, that's always been a thing, is like trying to get people, what I always say is butts in the seats, because it is difficult, but you have to amp it up and really tell the story of the type of event that it's going to be. And we did that with Spring Fling.
Oh yeah,
this is one of my highlight reels.
One of
my highlight reels for sure last year with you guys was creating, which you guys can go check out on Instagram. And
link down below.
Yeah, for real. It is a few back, obviously, since it's from Spring Fling of last year. But there is an intro into it, like announcing Spring Fling. And you girls came up with like literally the cringiest thing I've ever seen and worked on. And I loved every single second of it. I think towards the end is Yoselin's role in the first part is my favorite. But then towards the end, when we cut to Michaela and she has the script on the dry erase board, like, prime time.
Oh my gosh, the filming of that video also is my highlight. That was so fun. There were so many like bloopers.
Yes.
And I got hit in the face like 3 times with an iPad.
And you would have think that it would take in all day.
Yeah.
But it really only took like 45 minutes by the time I came in anyway. Yeah.
Oh gosh, the planning of it was, I don't know why, but Yoselin and I had like the creative brain
Yes.
of like the same person.
Yes.
So when we were like, let's make a video,
And
we're
Michaela's like type A.
yeah. Yep. She was like, okay, let's do this. But we're like, no, let's be crazy. And then she like ties this in. That's why it worked really well.
Yeah.
Because we'd have like crazy ideas. And then Mac was like, okay, how about we tone it down and do this instead? And we're like, okay. That will work out, I guess. Yeah.
It always worked perfect for me because you guys had everything prepared, and then I would just come in, film it, and then bring it back, edit it. And then I would often show it to you guys, especially with that one. Like, we literally put every graphic on the screen.
Oh my gosh,
the whole
it was
tooth
so
sparkle,
funny.
everything. Like
yeah.
it's a good one to go see.
Overstimulation is what that video was. That was
to create, to edit.
the idea of it.
The whole entire thing.
Yeah, no, that video was fun.
Yeah.
I would say that was one of my, I liked filming any video. I feel like we didn't get a lot of time to do that.
Yeah. I wish that ASU would get into it sooner in the year, and then they can just have the most fun the whole rest of the year.
Yes, yeah.
It's so much fun to get to do, especially on your hours when you're just sitting there, you know, most of the time doing schoolwork or something. Like, you want extra things to fill that space too, like something productive and something that you obviously like to do. So, yeah.
I would say also one reason I was like, we need to do these videos is because I'm the type of person, if I'm scrolling through TikTok, I am mesmerized by these TikToks.
Yeah.
Like, I am full on in my phone, Instagram Reels, TikTok. And like, I think the only thing that captures the attention of our generation is like videos, like not even a long video, but just like a 3-second pun, funny, whatever video that was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was funny. I forgot that happened.
Oh,
Thank you for the reminder.
Anytime.
Yeah.
My second highlight reel for ASG is going to Salem. I really, with you, Michaela and Grant and Garrett, I really loved just getting to show you guys that side of things and allow a space for you guys to get to share your guys' stories with you know, some quote unquote important people in Oregon. Yeah. And so I think that it was also very cool for you guys to be from Alaska and get to experience that too, I think.
Yes.
Be at our state capitol, get to see the ins and outs of it.
That was really cool.
Be on the floor.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
That trip also was one of my highlights. That was so fun. Yeah. Just the whole entire trip itself was like laughs maybe every 5 minutes. We were dying laughing every 5 minutes in that car, in the hotel room, even at the Capitol itself. I don't know. That's also something that I was always really fascinated with is how the government works, like how everything like is within itself. I remember in high school we had a Capitol trip that I really, really wanted to go to, but like we just didn't have the funds for that. Like it's like $3,000 to go on this trip, and it's like you either fundraise or you can't really go. And it's like, okay, well that's a desire I have, but maybe another time when I have money, I'll just go by myself or see these like things. And then when I remember Garrett and you were the people who chose the people to go. And when I found out there was me, Mac going, and Grant, I was like, that's a perfect trio right there. It
really is.
It was amazing. Grant's outgoing, funny.
Yes.
He is a people person.
Oh, yeah.
He can talk to anyone.
Get him on here.
Yep. Oh, yeah. You do.
You do.
Yeah. Oh, they're getting back together.
Yes. Yes.
Mac is very like to the point.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of, I won't say politicians, but like a lot of politicians are like that. Yeah, are direct and like she's about business. You know,
she is business. Yes,
and then just that was me. I was just like there to
it
like
was perfect.
Balance it. Yeah,
no, it was so great. Yeah,
it was great. Yeah, and it was nice like seeing how official everything was.
Yeah,
and the fact that like the Bobby Levy, I think, was the one who loved us. I don't know why. Yeah. She was just like, she loved talking to us. And I think it was just because we were personable.
Yes.
Like we just talked about our stories.
Yeah, absolutely. You're all right. So we've talked ASG, we've talked timber. Let's kind of talk about like when you changed to EMT. Let's like speed forward just a little bit in your classes and what you were taking and towards the end of your second year and what kind of that conclusion was starting to look like. And where you were heading, what your next steps were.
Well, I did, EMT class I didn't even think I was going to be able to finish my courses because the scheduling with volleyball, you can only miss 2 days of EMT class. Like in total. And it's
through the whole program.
Through the whole program, through like national ranks. You can only miss 2 days. And with volleyball happening and games happening on the day of class, I only missed 2 to be exact, but after games I would be sprinting to class. My coach would be like, okay, everyone huddle up, Alina, go change, go to class, and I'd like sprint out of the game to go to class. But after I finished
juggling to a whole new level.
Oh my,
juggling to a whole new level.
Yeah, that was
you really
crazy.
can juggle, yeah.
And speak Ukrainian.
At the same time.
After
we're gonna see that later, by the way.
Okay. Gosh,
no, I'm just kidding. You don't have to.
I'll try.
Okay.
After I finished those courses, and just like you said, like the fact that I started a little later on my EMT things and EMT credits, I did have to take a lot more courses, and towards the end, I had to take like 6 classes each term, and like that might not seem like a lot, but
I think it seems like a lot. Yeah. I mean, the average is 3 to 4.
Yeah, yeah, that with ASG and school still on top of that, that was a lot. Thank God I got through it. That was tough. But my plan was like up in the air for a little bit. I will say I'm pretty religious. So it was back in January, I went to church and I got like, I had a feeling that I needed to go back home for a reason. So then I was like, okay, I have to go home after I finish this.
And this was just this last January?
This last January, yeah. And it was kind of weird because I didn't really want to go back to Alaska. Like, I love the people in Alaska, but not Alaska itself. I really love Oregon. I don't know why I love the state, but I decided to go back home after I finished my courses, which I thought would work out because I had my EMT credits. I got all my certifications done. So I thought it would be pretty easy to get a job in Alaska. I was wrong. I was so far off. Turns out that like it works a little different in Alaska. You have to be advanced EMT. And even then you have to volunteer for maybe a couple years for them to actually hire you on.
Because so until you get to make some money.
Yes, yeah. Because you have to they only hire their students that they've taught for a while. So I found that out. But then there was a reason I was back in Alaska. I think it's because my mom really needed a reason to move away from Alaska. Because all my siblings I only have one brother in Alaska, but my sister,
how many siblings do you have total?
I have 4.
Okay.
3 sisters and 1 brother. Okay. So 5 in total.
Okay.
Yeah. My sister lives in Georgia. Other sister lives in Florida. So everyone is almost about to be out of Alaska. I live in Oregon. Yeah. So I think the reason I went back there is probably to get my mom out of there. And then after I told her that, she was like, you know what? I was going to move, and then you decided to move back. And I was like, no. Oh, no. Way. Yeah, so
which is wild with what you had experienced in January and feeling like you needed to be back there.
I know. Yeah. It was a weird feeling because I was in a point of my life where I was like, why did I move? Like, what is this? Why did I move back if there's nothing here for me? And then my mom and I had a conversation. She's thinking of moving to Florida, which is great, but I then was just talking to her and she's like, well, if you get an opportunity to go work somewhere else, do it. I thought it was really sweet of my mom because...
Was this when you were in Alaska?
This is when I was in Alaska a couple months ago. Okay. Yeah. Since she grew up in the Soviet Union, she didn't really have opportunity to go and work and learn on higher education. She just I guess I got to know her whole entire history. I think that's why I was in Alaska for a couple months, is just to know everything. It's I was reading a history book, talking to my mom. Yeah.
That was the purpose.
That was the purpose. Yeah. That is exactly what the purpose was, I believe. Yeah. But it turns out that she was just very supportive of me following what I wanted to do in my career. In the Soviet Union, it was very conservative. And if you weren't for what they were for, you were exiled out. Yeah, they basically didn't. She was a straight A student, but her report cards didn't get sent into colleges because she wasn't checked into the. I think she wasn't a conservative. She didn't want to be.
She wasn't in the system that they needed to be in.
Yeah. So she couldn't really do anything, and she was always looked down upon because if you don't follow the rules, they're who are you? Yeah. When she told me that, she was like, I think you need to follow what you want to do. You have an opportunity here to go do that. Like, I didn't have that. And if I did have the opportunity, I would do it. Like, I am here to support your career, which I thought my mom would say different because you know how I told you my family is very conservative.
Yes.
I thought she would be like, yeah, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah.
Go find a husband.
Yeah.
Go get married.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she said that to me because I was like, okay, well, that's nice to hear. And like the next day, after finding that out, I was like, yeah, I need, like, I'm really passionate about being an EMT. I'm really passionate about helping in any way, whether it is an EMT, whether it is in another like workspace. I was scrolling through Instagram and then I saw that BMCC posted like a application for being like a
program assistant or program
specialist
yes.
for like EMS, nursing, medical assisting. And I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, I know it's Pendleton.
And you were like, I just went through this program.
Yes.
Like, I know what I'm doing here.
Yes, basically.
And you had a community here.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I will say everyone was so welcoming here that it made me want to come back.
Yeah.
Which is, like, who else can say that about other schools?
Yeah.
Like, I came back here and everyone was welcoming. Like,
honestly, it was like you never left.
Yeah.
It was like you just left for the summer, which you did.
Yes.
Yeah. And came back. Yeah. And then you came back as an employee.
I
and
know.
we were so excited.
That was such a different transition from being a student to employee because I still catch myself being like, I need to ask my boss what to do next. Like, I need to be like, can I leave for lunch? Yeah. Am I allowed to do this?
Especially because you're on campus and you were just here as a student and an athlete. So you had such a routine and such a, things that you did as a student. And then now you have access to things like going to the mailroom.
Oh, yeah. I have
a badge.
I have a badge.
Yes.
Which is so crazy.
So legit. So legit.
Yeah. So that's what I feel like made me come back. And the fact that I applied for that. And then I got a call back and I got an interview and everything just like worked out. I got a place to live and everything just like was laid out for me, which I was so thankful for. And I think that's just life. I feel like you go through like phases and like you get feelings or whether you're religious or not, like you go through things, you learn a lesson and then you are ready to go on to the next thing, you know? So that's just kind of what happened in this year, I guess.
In this year.
It's been
a whirlwind, girl. It really has.
It has been.
Yeah. It's been a wild ride so far.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. So, kind of looking back, just at the last 2 years and, the experiences that you've experienced and all of the ups and downs of all the different things that you've done. And what kind of advice and just kind of like, if you were talking to somebody in your shoes or close to somebody in your shoes, what would you say to them?
I feel like I would tell them that mental health matters. Like,
solid, man.
Yeah. I grew up in a way where it's like, you just kind of suck it up, move on. But that kind of mindset's not really best. I feel like don't be afraid to reach out because there's so many people willing to talk to you, so many people that are willing to hear you out, so many opportunities to talk about your feelings, to talk about how you feel. And it's like the way you feel and the way you like your mental health state is at determines a lot of where your future is going to go. Because I won't lie, it's been a rough 2 years. Like, I've gone through ups and downs. But the only reason I've like made it out of the downs is because of my community, like the friends I had, the opportunities I had to reach out to people, like just knowing who you have around and asking questions is going to get you a lot. Like, I didn't know that the school offered therapy sessions. They do. It's called
Better Mind.
And I remember that because Deja came around with like SNAP, like pamphlets in the first year. She came around with SNAP pamphlets and talked about SNAP. But she also talked about how our school offers these other programs and other resources to help you out. I didn't think I was going to need him in the first year. And then I kind of hit rock bottom where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what's going on around me, and I don't know why I feel like this.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of sometimes the make or break for, students or, honestly, people in that age range of like that teeter, do I keep going? How do I keep going? If I do keep going, and then, or do I just quit? Like, do I just give up right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's important for colleges and just like educational programs to have resources to talk about your mental health, because how are you going to have someone be successful if they can't overstep this like hurdle in life, which is their mental health? Like that affects a lot of people's mindsets, a lot of people's achievements, a lot of people's failures. And I will say I would have probably not been here, like dropped out. I probably wouldn't have been in the place where I'm at right now if I didn't reach out and get those resources. If I didn't reach out to my friends and talk to my friends about how I felt. If I didn't reach out to Miranda and ask how I can get these therapy sessions. Whether therapy is for you or not, like try it out. Yeah. I would say try it out.
Yes, 100%. I think if you are questioning it alone and you're like, maybe I should go or could go, I think that's enough to know.
Yeah.
Let it, like, just try it. Try it. It never hurts to talk.
It really doesn't. Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand how much talking about one thing can make you feel better. It's like a weight lifted off your chest the second you talk about it. Even if you don't know how you feel, talking to someone about like how you don't know how you feel. Like you're feeling this,
it almost
but you don't
helps
know why.
You figure out how you feel by saying how you don't feel or like are confused on the feeling. Yeah.
Because then there's another person and another person's opinion and another person's perspective where they're like, well, you're not saying this, but I'm seeing this. And then it like opens up. There's so many times where I was talking to like Mac or Yas or anyone in Anna as well, where I don't know what I'm feeling and I'm talking about it. And they're like, well, do you think it's because of this? Do you think it's because of this? And I'm like, yeah. It is because
sometimes the community around you knows you better than you.
Yes. Yeah.
It's annoying the majority of the time.
Yes. Yeah.
But also you need it and it's extremely helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. And find a person that understands you, I will say.
Yeah.
Find a person that knows you, that loves you. Find a person that motivates you to be better.
Yes. And I think like one thing to reiterate is like in order to find those people, you have to talk to people. Like don't be afraid to talk to people.
Yeah. As scary as it is, those people who judge aren't going to remember who you are. And also,
it's so true.
Those people who judge probably are upset in themselves and maybe they want to talk to someone and maybe you can help them. That's one thing that I also realized is everyone has a story. Like everyone that you reach out to has a story behind them. Like there's a reason they're acting like that. Working at Dutch, I've realized that a lot. Yeah. There's customers that came through and were so bad word, like rude to me. Like they were mean. And I didn't have the mindset of like, oh, they're mean to me, so I'm going to be mean back. Like I'm just going to be short with them and take their order. Yeah. I was always like, I'm going to find out why. Like, how was your day? What happened today? Like, how are you? And they usually open up, and usually it's not because they are mad at you or they find something in you that's making them mad. It's usually something else that's happening in their life.
An exterior.
Yes. And people open up a lot when you ask them.
Yes. I have a saying that essentially is lead towards wonder, not judgment. Because I think that too often people do that. Like you're saying, they just tend to lead with judgment. And so if somebody is talking to you, that may be the first person they've talked to in, long
time.
Yeah. So just think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing that made me realize working at Dutch it's just, I feel so bad. Like I want to be that person that like
makes everybody's day.
Yes. I want to be that person that just is like, how are you today? Yeah. And like
sometimes those people that you talk to though are just like, do not talk to me.
Yes. Oh, wow. Yes. But that's like my goal. When I find someone who doesn't want to talk to me, I'm like, I'm going to get them to talk to me. I'm going to get them to tell me.
There'll be those people watching this and they'll be like, oh, we remember you.
Oh, yep. They're like, I remember you asking me how my day was every single day. Yes. Yeah, no, I remember there's this one customer where like they didn't engage. They were just like, thank you. And I'd always like bud myself in. I'd be like, so how's your day today? Yeah. Oh, that's a good drink. That's what made you think about this drink today? And it's like, I knew they were being annoyed by it, but then give it time. And it's like, you guys are like friends.
Yes.
It's like, I'm friends with my customer, like regulars.
Yeah. It's just who you are. Yeah.
I feel like every person has their upside. You just have to find it.
Yeah. So true. So true. there's positivity in somebody, in everybody somewhere. Yeah. So we have talked a lot about your life and about different things in your life. I know that it was a bit of a skim over because I'm sure there's lots and lots of more details, as there always is. But is there anything else that you would add today or kind of want to talk about, on this, how you became a Timberwolf, or now that you're an alumni or an employee, or?
I don't know. I feel like I might have covered everything.
All right.
Yeah, just be you.
Yes.
With or without a mask, just be you.
Yes. Thank you.
Like the amount of times you're sitting in a crowd. Also, the student sections are for being crazy. I will say
that. It is the opportunity.
If you're sitting there and you're wanting to jump up and be crazy and do something crazy, do it. Because I know everyone around you wants to do the same.
You all came from high schools that do this. Do it at college.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One person's going to say they want to do it. Stand up and do it with them. And then other people are going to stand up and follow you because that's just how it is. It's just everyone
wants to have fun. They just need somebody to ignite the fun. Yeah. And that just so happens last year it got to be Timber.
It was so fun. It was so fun. But yeah, I feel like.
And if you feel like you need to wear a mask, just apply to be Timber, folks.
Oh, there you go. Yep. There you go. That application's down below.
Yep, it's on the athletics website.
Yeah. If you feel like you can't be yourself without a mask, just sign up to be a mascot for your closest college.
For real. Just enroll in a few classes to become a mascot.
Yeah, just do maybe 12 credits a term. And that's fine. Just be the mascot. Be you. Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, be yourself with or without a mask. It's going to bring your people to you. Yeah. Don't pretend to be anyone else. I mean, I pretended to be Timber, but truly that was me. I won't lie. That was your truest self, probably. My most raw self was Timber.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time today to sit with me and sit with everybody on here listening.
Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for inviting me and just having to talk to me. Yeah.
Absolutely. So until next time, folks, we will see you again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You do the little psh.
Yes. And we'll do this just for funsies.
There you go.
That's it for this episode of Timber Talk. Real stories from people who've shaped and been shaped by Blue Mountain Community College. Got a story worth sharing? We'd love to have you as our next guest. Visit bluecc.edu/TimberTalk. Until next time, walk your path, honor your pack, and keep your story moving.